Hi, welcome to Software Testing MP3 classes by Himanshu Satpathy from Odisha, Bhubaneswar. Today topic is software testing, static testing and dynamic testing. Software testing is static testing and dynamic testing. What is static testing and what is dynamic testing? Static testing means verification and dynamic testing means validations. We know software testing is equal to verification plus validation. So static testing is equal to verification and dynamic testing is equal to validation. Total of software testing is equal to verification plus validations means static testing plus dynamic testing. Under the static testing means under the verification we use only the reviews. Some of the reviews are management review, technical review, code review, formal review, informal review and walkthrough. Under static testing, only the reviews, management review, technical reviews, code review, formal review and informal review and another is walkthrough. Under the dynamic testing or validation parts, unit testing, integration testing, system testing, user acceptance testing. Under the dynamic testing, user testing, integration testing, system testing and user acceptance testing. You know unit testing plus integration testing is equal to white box testing, and system testing plus user acceptance testing is equal to black box testing, and white box plus black box means white box testing plus black box testing is equal to gray box testing. So software testing means combination of verification or static testing and validation or dynamic testing. Then first one, what is static testing? It is a process of verifying here developer project is right or not. It is a process of verifying here developer project is right or not. This testing will be carried out with the help of reviews and walkthrough. Static testing will be carried out with the help of reviews and walkthrough. Then reviews. Examining project or product related work on reviews. Types of reviews: management review, technical review, code review, formal review, informal review. Then first we learn management review. This review will be conducted by top level or middle level management to monitor the project status and requirements and plan document. This management review will be conducted by top level or middle level management team to monitor the project status and requirements and plan product. Then technical review. Those reviews will be conducted by the technical people to decide the best approach of designing. This technical review will be conducted by the technical people. Technical review will be conducted by technical people to decide the best approach of designing. Code review. This review will be conducted by the programmer to confirm the current approach of coding. This code review will be conducted by the programmer to confirm the current approach of coding. Formal review. If a review is carried out by plan, systematic approach, documentations, conducted reviews are called formal review. If a review is carried out by plan, systematic approach, documentation. If a review is carried out by plan, systematic approach, documentation, conducting reviews are called formal review and informal review. If a review is carried out without any plan, documentation, approach, conducting review are called informal reviews. If a review is carried out without any plan, documentation, approach, conducting review are called informal review. In any phase below, 5 reviews are performed by developer and testers. These 5 reviews are performed by developer and testers in any phase, such as self-review, peer review, lead review, manager review, client review. What is self-review? By self or same person. What is peer review? By colleague. What is lead review? By team lead. What is manager review? By project manager or something team manager. What is client review? By project client or by customer. And what is the advantages? What are the advantages of making this review? To find defects in requirements, to find defects in design, to identify the deviation in any process, to provide valuable justifications to improve the process. Advantages of reviews: first, to find defects in requirements, to find defects in design, to identify the deviation in any process, to provide valuable suggestions to improve the process. Then walkthrough, a step-by-step presentation conducted by the domain expert, a step-by-step presentation conducted by the domain expert. Then KIDS means online knowledge transfer. Best example for walkthrough, that is KIDS knowledge transfer. Here static testing is over. Then comes to dynamic testing, means validation. Verification is over. Then comes to validation, means dynamic testing. It is a process of validating the developer product. It is a process of validating the developer product. It's right or wrong. But in static testing, it is a process of here developer project is right or not. But in dynamic testing, the process of validating the developer product is right or not, called dynamic or validation testing. The dynamic testing is carried out with the help of white box testing and black box testing. The dynamic testing is carried out with the help of white box testing and black box testing. Here we study white box testing. What is white box testing? Once code is prepared by programmer, testing conducted on the source code. Once the code is prepared by programmer, testing conducted on the source code by the developer. To ensure the correctness of code, error, to confirm the code is working as expected or not, is called white box testing. What is white box testing? Again we repeat. Once code is prepared by programmer, testing conducted on the source code by development. To ensure the correctness of code, error, to confirm the code is working as expected or not, is called white box testing. And it is called as glass box or clear box testing. And it is also called as glass box or clear box testing. Two levels comes into under white box testing. Two levels comes into under white box testing. Unit testing, then integration testing. Two levels comes into under white box testing. First is unit testing, then second is integration testing. Unit testing. The smallest testable portion in the source code of the application is called unit testing. The smallest testable portion in the source code of the application is called unit testing. Or each and every part of the code working or not, called unit testing, also called as module testing or component testing. While performing unit testing to confirm code coverage, programmer will follow below white box testing techniques: statement coverage, condition coverage, path or branch coverage. Again, what is unit testing? Smallest testable portion in the source code of the application is called unit testing, or each and every part of the code working or not, called unit testing, also called as module testing or component testing. While performing unit testing to confirm code coverage, programmer will follow below white box testing techniques: statement coverage testing, condition coverage, path or branch coverage. Then comes to integration testing. You know, white box testing is both two parts, unit testing and integration testing. Unit testing is covered, then goes to integration testing. Once the unit testing is completed, the developers will integrate all source code units and checks interaction along all those units, which is called integration testing. Once the unit testing is completed, the developer will integrate all source code units and checks interactions along all those units, which is called integration testing. Based on the availability of the code, the integration testing will be carried out by following below four approaches: top-down approach, bottom-up approach, hybrid approach, big bang approach. Top-down approach, bottom-up approach, hybrid approach, big bang approach. Top-down approach. This approach is implemented if there are any incompleted program. This top-down approach is implemented if there are any incompleted program at bottom level. In those approach, integration testing will be carried out from top down. The incomplete program at bottom level will be replaced with stop. The incomplete program at bottom level will be replaced with stop. For example, if there is a Gmail login page, and in the Gmail login page there are some modules: login module, inbox module, logout module, send module, compose module. If inbox module is not completed, and we have to test from login to logout, so when we login to logout comes testing, and then in that time inbox page comes. After login, inbox is coming in Gmail login page. So in this case, we developer writes some codes or dummy codes for the inbox page. At this time, this dummy code or some code is called as stop. We are using stop. In top-down approach, we are using stop to testing from top to bottom. Then bottom-up approach. What is bottom-up approach? In same program, if we check from below to, means from bottom to up, the bottom to top, then at that time there is also some dummy. If login page is not complete or login module is not completed, at that time the developer will give some modules, dummy modules, or some codes, and the top level of the modules, and that code will talk as a driver. Let's see bottom up approach. This approach is recommended when there are incomplete program at the top level. This approach is required when there are incomplete programs at the top level. In this approach, integration testing will be carried from bottom to top. Incomplete program at top will be replaced with driver. Incomplete program at top will be replaced by driver. We know one is top, another is driver. For top-down approach, we use stop. From bottom approach, we use driver. Stop is used to stop user action. Stop is used to stop user action. But driver is used to continue user actions, because driver is used in top. In bottom approach, we use in bottom approach means starting from bottom to top. In top, we use driver, so it is used to continue the user actions. Then what is hybrid or sandwich approach? This approach combines the top-down and bottom-up approach of the integration testing. This hybrid or sandwich approach combines the top and bottom-up approaches of the integration testing. In this middle level, modules are testing by using the driver and stop. In this middle level, modules are testing by using the driver and stop. It is also called a sandwich approach. If we check a login page or Gmail module, then there is some modules: login module, inbox module, sandbox module, composement module, or logout module. Suppose login module and inbox module is not prepared, so at that time we use one for stop and another for driver. Two codes, one for inbox page, another for login page. And after getting the codes, we test from top to bottom to approach. If we combine all the modules, all the approach, then it is called hybrid or sandwich approach. Then comes to Big Bang approach. Big Bang means this is approach is requirement when all source code units are 100% made. Means when 100% codes are prepared, inbox page are there, login page there, sandbox is there, composable there, logout page there. When all the modules are there, this approach is requirement when all source code units are 100% tested. In this approach, conduct integration testing after completion of 100% code, and those units tested, which are called Big Bang approach. Here all modules are available: login module available, inbox module available, send module available, compose module available, logout module also available. Then what are the advantages of white box testing? What are the advantages of white box testing? To confirm 100% code coverage, finding defect is easy to code. Is visible. White box testing is more economical as compared to black box testing. Finding defects in white box testing is easy because code is visible, and white box testing is more economical when compared to black box testing. Then comes into black box testing. White box testing is completed. After white box testing, we need unit testing and integration testing. Then comes to black box testing. Under black box testing, once 100% coding and white box testing is completed, once 100% coding and white box testing is completed, testing engineer conducted on application by the testing engineers and customers to confirm the correctness of the customer requirements. 100% coding and white box testing is completed, testing engineer conducted application by the testing engineers and customer to confirm the correctness of customer requirements. The application developer as per customer requirements called black box testing. The collectivity of two levels comes into black box testing: system testing and user acceptance testing. System testing, user acceptance testing. System testing, under system testing, functional testing comes, non-functional testing comes, and under user acceptance testing, alpha testing and beta testing. Let's see system testing. Validation both functional and non-functional requirements of the system is called system testing. Validating both functional and non-functional requirements of the system is called system testing. System testing should be carried out with the end user requirements. System testing would be carried out without the end user requirements. While performing system testing to confirm the customer requirements, testing engineer need to compare expected value and actual value. Expected value means client requirements, actual value means final developed applications. Then functional testing types. Hi, welcome to software testing MP3 classes by Himanshu Satpathy from Odisha, Bhubaneswar. Today topic is functional testings. Functional testing types. Once the project is scheduled for system testing, testing engineers get considering on functional requirements of the applications. During this test, testing engineer will perform below testings. Under functional testing types, testing engineer will perform below testings: smoke testings or build verification testing or sanity testing, then positive and negative testing, then retesting, then regression testing, then database testing. Under database testing, data validation, data integrity, data volume testing, then exhaustive testing, end-to-end testing, ad hoc testing. Again, first one is smoke testing or sanity testing, second one is positive and negative testing, third one is retesting, fourth one is regression testing, fifth one is database testing. On database testing, we have to check data validation, data integrity, data volume testing. Then 6, exhaustive testing. Then 7, end-to-end testing. Then 8, ad hoc testing. First, we learn what is smoke or sanity testing. Smoke testing. It is also called as build verification testing or sanity testing. In this type of testing engineer concentrating on basic functionalities. In this type of testing engineer concentrating on basic functionality of the application. Means concentrating on understandable, operatable, etc. It is also called as build verification testing or sanity testing. Then goes to second is positive and negative testing. What is positive testing? Testing conducted one application with positive perspective to check what system supposed to do is called positive testing. While performing positive testing, enter valid agent name and valid password. Click on submit. Under the positive testing conducted on application with positive perspective to check what system supposed to do is called positive testing. While performing positive testing, enter valid agent name and valid password. Click on submit. If there is a login page, there is agent name and password and submit. You have to click on valid and username and valid password, then click on the submit. It is for positive testing. And in case of negative testing conducted on the application with a negative perspective to determine what system not supposed to do, called negative testing. Testing conducted on the application with a negative perspective to determine what system not supposed to do, called negative testing. Enter valid agent name and enter invalid password, or enter invalid agent name, enter valid password. For entering invalid something invalid data, then we call negative testing. The purpose of positive testing to confirm the customer requirements. The purpose of positive testing to confirm the customer requirements, but the purpose of negative testing is to finding defects. Then goes to retesting. Again and again conducting testing on the modified functionality. Again and again conducting testing on modified functionality which is modified by programmer, called retesting. Then regression testing to check side effects of the functionality along with modified related functionality. To check side effects of the functionality along with modified related functionalities. Checking is called regression testing. Then database testing. In this type of testing engineer validated operation of backend database. While performing database testing to confirm those operations, tester concentrating on below testing. Under database testing, tester concentrating on below testing. Under data validation, data integrity, data value. What is data validation? In this type of testing, inserting new data, checking correctness of inserting data in backend database called data validation. By inserting new data, you have to check in the backend data is inserted correctly or not. That is data validation. Then data integrity. In this type of testing, check correctness of existing data modification. After modifying your data is correctly modified or not, you have to check under data integrity. If any change any data on front end, so correctly modified or not in backend database, you have to check. Data volume testing. What is data volume testing or data value testing? During this testing engineer concentrating on capacity of the database. During testing engineer concentrating on capacity of the database by entering sample data into database called data value testing. Then exhaustive testing. If you test a functionality with all positive inputs called exhaustive testing. In this type of testing, validate both positive and negative testing inputs. Then end-to-end testing. In this step of testing performs from starting to ending on end-to-end all scenario of the application is called end-to-end testing. Then ad hoc testing. Due to lack of time or when there is limited time to perform testing process, testers can concentrate on ad hoc testing process. Due to lack of time or when there is limited time to perform testing process, testers can concentrate on ad hoc testing process. While conducting this testing, testers can perform below testing. While conducting this testing, testers can follow below testings. Body testing, pair testing, monkey testing. Body testing. It is also performed due to lack of time at the ad hoc testing. In this testing, two engineers, one from developer team and one from testing team, parallelly work on same module to identify defects called body testing and pair testing. Due to lack of skills in this testing, two testing engineers assigned from same module and they can share idea and knowledge while performing testing of system to identify defects. Due to the lack of skill in this testing, two testing engineers assigned for same module and they can share idea and knowledge while performing testing on system to identify defects. Then monkey testing or simple testing or Godzilla testing. Due to lack of time, in this testing engineer performs randomly without any plan test cases, test design or test scenario in order to break the system. That is called monkey testing. Again, letting repeating. What is functional testing? What are the types? Functional testing types are smoke testing or sanity testing, then positive and negative testing, then retesting, then regression testing, then database testing, then exhaustive testing, then end-to-end testing, then ad hoc testing. Ad hoc testing, end-to-end testing, exhaustive testing, database testing, regression testing, retesting, smoke or sanity testing, and positive and negative testings. Hi, welcome to Software Testing MP3 classes by Himanshu Satpathy from Odisha, Bhubaneswar. Today's topic is non-functional system testing. What is non-functional system testing? Non-functional system testing comes under black box testings. During this testing engineer concentrating on customer or business expectations. Once functional requirements are fulfilled, then non-functional testing engineers concentrating on functionality like performance, security, load, usabilities. Under non-functional testings, we have to perform performance testing, security testing, load testing, usability testings. Then what are the types? What are the types of non-functional testings? First is GUI testings, mean graphical user interface testing, usability testing, compatibility testing, under compatibility testing, hardware compatibility and software compatibility. Then inter-system testing, then security testing, under security testing, authentication testing, direct validity testing, user privacy testing, encryption testing, then installation testing, then port testing, then recovery testing, then complaints or standard testing, then finally performance testing. Under performance testing, you have to test load testing, stress testing, spike testing, endurance testing. Again, what are the types of non-functional testings? First one, graphical user interface testing or GUI testing. Second one, usability testing. Third one, compatibility testing. Under compatibility testing, one is software compatibility and otherwise hardware compatibility. Then fourth one, inter-system testing. Fifth one, security testing. Under security testing, you have to check authentication and authorization testing. Direct URL testing, user privileges testing, encryption testing. Then sixth one, installation testing. Seventh, port testing. Eighth, recovery testing. Ninth, in complaints and standard testings. Then 10th, performance testing. Under performance testing, you have to check load testing, stress testing, spike testing, endurance testing. First, you have to learn GUI or graphical user interface testing. In this type of testing engineer concentrating on the design part of the application. During this test, concentrating on colors, spellings, grammar mistakes, validation, screen validation, alignment of the application. Only designing part, colors, spellings, grammar mistakes, alignment, validate screens, etc. Then usability testing. In this type of testing, customer point of view, application user friendly or not. Usability means application friendly or not. User friendly means easy to understand, easy to use. All user or customers or those are using this application is easy to use or not, easy to understand or not, is called under usability testing. Then compatibility testing. What is compatibility? In this type of testing engineer concentrating on compatibility of the software and hardware of the application. So what is software compatibility? During this test, application checked by various browsers supporting or not, various operating systems supporting or not. It is called software compatibility, browsers and operating systems. Then hardware compatibility. During this test, application checked by various networks, hardware devices, pen drives, printers supporting or not. Hardware configuration called hardware compatibility. Then inter-system testing. For example, ATM machine or mobile phone. In this type of testing, checking interconnection between two systems. In this type of testing, checking interconnection between two systems or one system sharing resources with another system or not, called inter-system testing. Suppose you have a user and you have the HDFC ATM card and you go to ICICI ATM machine. Then in ICICI ATM machine, your HDFC card is accessible or not. ICICI Bank sharing your resources with HDFC Bank or not. You have to check. First of all, ICICI Bank goes to ICICI server, then ICICI server send message to HDFC server. After that, your ATM transaction will be successful. It is called inter-system testing. Means checking interconnection between two systems. One system sharing resources with another system or not. Then security testing. What are the security testing? It is the main. What is security testing? Authentication. What is authentication? In this type of testing, We need to concentrating on valid user accepting or not. In this type of testing, we need to concentrating on valid user accepting or not, invalid user reject or not. In this type of testing, we need to concentrating on valid user accepting or not and invalid user reject or not. Application by application is called authentication or authorization testing. Then direct URL testing. In this type of testing, directly enter the URL of security or secureable page in order to check secureable page open or not without login permission. This is called direct URL testing. If you log in into some banking application, after login you forget to log out, and the same or after log out, the same URL, previous URL, someone copy and again paste and go click on go button. At that time you have to check the secureable page in order to check the secureable page open or not without login permission. This is called direct URL testing. Then user privilege testing. What is user privilege testing? In this type of testing, on which testing one will perform or entering the application as a label of user and try to access beyond user limits or not. This type of testing is called as user privilege testing. Suppose you have a bank account and you have to online in SBI online transaction. You have a user, you are user, not admin. In admin, the permission is that creating account, deleting account, or creating a customer, or creating some account, adding some money, transferring some money. There is the admin module, but you have the user only. Only you have to access only the transfer money, but you have not in admin to delete some other accounts. This is the user privileges. Means you have to given some modules, and beyond that modules or beyond that limits you have not accessed. You have to check. Then encryption testing. In this type of testing, we have to verify secureable data default converting into encrypted format or not, called encryption testing. Suppose you have a login page. In login page, you have a password box. In password box, whenever you are entering your password, the password is converted into encrypted format or not. You have to check. Then installation testing. In this type of testing, we have to verify guidelines under the installation document which is given by the client. During this test, tester concentrating on below steps: installation successfully or not according to the customer requirements. Check installation process easy to understand or not. Verify resources after installations. Verifying step of configurations. Then port testing. In this type of testing, install application to the client environment and it is compatible or not with client environment. It is called port testing. Then recovery testing. In this type of testing, we have to verify application supports are handled and unexpected events or not. Suppose you have to when you are at the time when you are opening an application, power failures, application crash, pop-up from Windows. At that time, the application is recovery or not. After current gone, again current coming, the application is again opening or not, or application is crash or not, or some pop-up Windows is handled or not. At that recovery testing. Then complements or standard testing. In this type of testing, while developing the application, whether the team developed application by following standards or rules or not. In the website or in the designing or development part, and in software development, there are some standard tools such as ISO, Six Sigma. You have to check the following application whether the team developed application by following standards rule or not is called compared or standard testing. Then performance testing. What are the performance testing? Load runner software is used for performance testing. In this type of testing engineers concentrating on speed in processing. While performance testing, testers can perform below testings: load testing, stress testing, spike testing, then endurance testing. What is load testing? The execution of software under customer exported configuration and customer exported load is to estimate speed in processing, called load testing. In some example, within 6 seconds you have to check the speed, or within 6 seconds suppose 100 people accessing the same website or same software or same application. At that time we have to check 100 people is accessible or not within the same speed and same load within the 6 seconds. same seconds. Load testing, then stress testing. The execution of software under customer expected configuration and more than customer expectation called stress testing. The limit is 100 people will access within the 6 seconds. You have to check after some other limits after 100 this same speed is coming or not. This is stress testing, some extra load added. Then spike testing, the execution software under customer expectation configuration and more than customer expected load to estimate reliability is called spike testing, means more than the customer load. Then endurance testing, the execution software under customer expected configuration and customer expected load contributed to estimate durability, working long time or not. This is called endurance testing. Suppose the software is capable of taking 100 peoples at a time within 6 seconds, then the software is working fine. You have to check after the sometimes in puja vacations or in some other times we have to check. Then we add some extra 200 300 or more than that in the same application. I have to check in this within the same speed, the same application or same customer, same user accessing the same software or not. I have to check into the endurance systems what are the capability to capture. Okay, thank you very much. I have to check in the functional and non-functional testing. Under the non-functional testing there are some types: graphical user testing types, usability testing types, compatibility testing types, inter-system testing types, security testing, installation testing, port testing, recovery testing, compliance testing, performance testing. Thank you very much for encouraging me and for liking and sharing my YouTube video channel. Himanshu Satpathy. Bye bye. Take care.